Helix, Connecticut. Hey, everybody, okay, this is Cigar Blog. Okay, so Helix is kind of one of those brands that I always see kind of just like in the middle of the catalog. You know, it's like it's just like a little panel surrounded by about a half dozen other things of various different price points. And there's just something about this one that never really seems to stand out for some reason. I don't know why. But for whatever reason, this one does not get promoted too heavily. Construction-wise, seems pretty good. I believe this is a Churchill, but it's kind of on the long end, so I'm kind of thinking this is a little bit more closer to the Presidente size. I say that because the humidor I had it in kind of didn't fit, so I kind of had to store it kind of off-kilter. Anyway, it's a little on the long end. And it seems to have a decent double cap, if a tad messy. But anyway, construction seems just fine. Well, that'd be a real pain in the ass if I forgot my cutter, didn't it? Fortunately, I do have a memory. I remember to bring all my stuff. Okay. Just waiting to come out here one day and all of a sudden find out that I left everything in the wrong pocket and a different pair of pants. When that happens, the video gets real short real quick. Well, I'm not gonna lie, straight out of the gate, it's earthy. It's very earthy. I want to say maybe a little woody. The nice thing, no spice, no harshness, you know, no pepper at all. So. Starting to notice a little bit of char flavor thing. I kind of did my typical scorch light, and I was actually getting flavor of that for a change. Okay, so far. Yeah, I mean, real earthy. There's a little pinch of sweet somewhere in there, but way towards the tail end of that buff. Earthy, woody. Not gonna lie, first impression is kind of a little on the brown paper bag side. That's not good. Anyway, I've had a few of these before, so hopefully this will end up getting better. I should get better, it's just this right off the initial light. Well, anyway, I'm gonna keep smoking this down to the first station and hope this wakes the hell up. Otherwise, this is gonna be a real boring review. About an inch in so far. Yeah, still pretty plain. That's the problem with these Connecticut shade wrappers. You really don't get a whole lot off of them. There is definitely a little bit of a sweet note and a slight woodiness, like a cedary wood. Overall, though, has like the very vaguest hint of like that slight kind of whiskey-ish tone. You know, you get a little bit of a little sweet, a little smoky, touch of earthiness, but very, very subtle. And the flavor that's there kind of reminds me of a light whiskey. But the only real issue here is the fact that it's so light. Oh, I also had to take the band off because it was like super loose and starting to kind of irritate me, so yeah, I went ahead and yanked that. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna keep going on this here, but this is definitely kind of a sleeper. We'll see if it kind of wakes up later, hopefully, maybe. Well, the ash just fell off. Not quite at the halfway point, but yeah, close enough. So far, I have noticed that it does have flavor. It's a little sweet, good clean tobacco, a little earthy, occasionally a touch of woodiness, occasionally there's also something kind of funky bitter, and I'm not too sure where that's coming from. That might just be from an errant double puff and overheating things, or just, I mean, that's just the nature of this one. But on the plus side, this is one of those cigars where the flavor builds as you smoke it. As I look down, I kind of notice I need to find a better field to do this in, because this whole field, this whole big huge field, is just littered with rabbit turds. Dry, thankfully, so no worries about making a mess. And it's a rabbit fart. Okay, I mean, it's basically just leaves. But yeah, anyway, nice little sidetrack there that you probably did not want to know about. But anyway, the actual flavor of this one, it is building. It starts off real sleepy though. It is getting a building sweetness, I do notice that. Also a slight spice. Retrohale's got that kind of, I want to say generic sweet cedary kind of note to it. Anyway, bug landed on my thumb, sorry. So far, it is getting better. So I can say that. Starts off real slow, then kind of builds and wakes up. So we're going to go ahead and smoke this down and see if this ends up getting a little more assertive. Hopefully. Or different. At this point I'm just kind of going for assertive because I kind of don't like the whole brown paper bag aspect of the Connecticut shade wrapper. But anyway, go ahead and see you back at the nub here when things get a little closer to done, and hopefully a little bit more there. Well, rolling up on the end of this, I can say it's okay. Flavors are pretty consistent throughout. They do get a little more present as you smoke from the beginning. Yahoo! Nice little gouge on my leg from a random stick. Anyway, I can say that the flavor does end up kind of building up, but nothing really just reaches out and grabs you. There's a light sweetness to it, a little earthiness, like kind of campfire smokiness to it every so often. But overall though, as far as Connecticut's go, I'm not gonna lie, you'd probably do better getting something from like Oliva. I mean, this is definitely not bad, but there's really nothing to write home about. I mean, it's kind of ho-hum, really. Starts off kind of brown paper bag, gets a little more kind of generic sweet, kind of standard generic cigar flavor. Over that, overall, just kind of really never, jumps out and shines, Yeah, there's just like, every so often you'll notice a slight spice hit, but I want to say like a baking spice kind of hit. Just seems kind of like a, it's kind of reminded me kind of a lower cost whiskey in that regard. So yeah, drink pairings, I can definitely say you'd probably want to pair this with something whiskey. Or, if you like strawberry milkshakes with your cigar, by all means, knock yourself out. Anyway, just kind of grossed myself out there, sorry. Not really much else to say about this other than for the price, you can do better. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not great. I mean, it's okay. I know it's kind of like a blah, not really, kind of not really an answer, but On the plus side though, it is one of those cigars that you can smoke with your friends and not be too embarrassed about, and it's not really going to get in the way of a conversation. Well, that said, you're definitely not going to be talking about this one. Well, other than that, that's pretty much it. Yeah, like I said, just, you get a wild hair, check them out. But I'd probably steer you more towards like an Oliva or some other better Connecticut. Which means it's probably going to cost actually about the same price, really. That's the kind of thing about it. This is just kind of one of those cigars that exists, and that's it. So I'm trying to put more into this, but I'm running out of stuff to put into it. Yeah, it's just that kind of. Well, anyway, not exactly the most entertaining review for sure, but then again, not exactly the most entertaining cigar either. Anyway, if you like this review or any other review you like, subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know if you've had a different experience, if this is your favorite, or if there's anything you want to see reviewed. Also, check out my Twitch stream, typically Wednesdays and Sundays, although I have been expanding my stream now to, I think we're going to like Sunday through Thursday. Sunday night, Thursday, midnight to 2 a.m. Recordings are up for like a week or two afterwards, but yeah, basically I'm going to be a little bit more active on Twitch. So yeah, stop by, check it out. Other than that, that's all I got. I'll see you next time.